Welcome back to another episode of Your Daily Real Estate. I'm Tristan. This episode is brought to you by brillianttribe.com. I'm smiling because I tried to record this twice and I practically coughed to death. So let's get right into this one. One of my favorite people of all time is Charlie Munger. If you've listened to me a few times, I'm going to bring up Charlie and I'm going to bring up Warren Buffett often. And I've read a few of their their commencement speeches. I've read Charlie's Almanac, Warren Buffett's biography. And what I did is I got the 10 principles for success outlined by a YouTuber or a podcaster. His name is David Cerna, I think, from the Podcast Founders. And I outlined here through him the 10 principles for success according to Charlie Munger. Now, you may want these. Of course, I've got them for you. Just message me. I love having these. In fact, if you are going to ask for this, I would suggest that you print this out because it's important to have them, reread them. Here they are, 10 principles for success. Number 1, scale and fanaticism combined is very powerful. Here's what this means. When you take something that works and apply relentless passion and effort behind it, the results can be extraordinary. I think the key to this is not only can this scale, but how fanatic are you? Like, how obsessed are you with it? And I look at number 1 and I always think, well, how fanatical am I on the things that I'm doing with real estate on a local level? Am I involved with where I get the most business from? Am I involved deeply into it, into the community? Am I involved with the school? Am I involved with the local chamber, Rotary? How can I get to the people I want to connect with more by giving back a lot more? What am I not doing enough, right? So that's, to me, that's how I view it. And fanaticism is the key one on that one. Number 2, the most important rule in management is to get the incentives right. Man, if you follow Charlie on this one, he brings incentives up a lot. He says the world moves through incentives. And here's where it's a reminder to you maybe that people respond to incentives. That means those people you want to reach, the people that you're working with, the people that are part of your staff. And here's where structuring them correctly ensures, I wrote this out, ensures motivation and alignment with your goals. Like, what are the incentives of working with you? Have you taken the time to outline that? In other words, what's the value, right? And then I think it was 2 episodes ago, we did one on unique value proposition, which is part of this too. Now, incentives also means, what are they getting out of this? What are they getting from this, from working with you? Is it financial? Is it a financial gain? Is it safety? Is it status? What is it? It's got to be clear. And they have to know. For me, I love this one, and I often have to remind myself of this one. Number 3, you want to maximize the playing time of your top players. If you have a team, you need to focus on those ones that produce, on those ones that really want it more. I know you want to bring in those other ones and help them out. I'm not saying don't. What I am saying is your top players, they need you. They need you because they want to grow. They need you because they need that vision set. And they're just waiting for you to give them more opportunity. And I put here, focus on leveraging the best talent you've got where it matters the most. Your top performers drive the greatest impact. It's just how it is. It's how the world turns. Obviously, this is not mine. This is Charlie Munger. Number 4, there is an old 2-part rule that often works wonders in business, science, and elsewhere. Ready? Number 1, take a simple, basic idea. Number 2, take it very seriously. Many great successes come from executing simple ideas with extreme dedication. Listen, what it comes down to in our business is consistency. How often are you showing up, doing quality work without complaining? Just doing it consistently. You can learn a lot from that one. I love that one. Number 5, the game of competitive life often requires maximizing the experience of the people who have the most aptitude and the most determination as learning machines. Here's what I wrote about that, just in case you're wondering. If you want the very highest reaches of human achievement, that's where you have to go. Surround yourself with those who constantly learn, improve, and execute at the highest level. Part of your achievement is directly connected to those people that you surround yourself with. It's that old saying, right? Just pay attention to those people around you. If you want to grow, you're going to have to change who you're around. They're going to pull you up. And if you don't move, guess what? They're moving on to the next. Number 6, we've really made the money out of high quality businesses, right? And if you look at the businesses they own, what we're own part of because they buy stock, it's American Express, Coca-Cola, See's Candies, right? They look for successes in that. Sustainable successes comes from investing in quality, whether in business, products, or people. Anything you do in this business, in this real estate business, focus on quality. And that means sometimes it can cost a little bit more, but more importantly, it's going to take a little bit of time to get there. If you skip steps, you may skip the quality. Remember that. Number 7, occasionally scaling down and intensifying gives you the big advantage. Here's the interpretation. Bigger isn't always better. Sometimes focusing on a few things with intensity leads to greatest breakthroughs. This one for real estate agents. Let me tell you, real estate agents, since I am one, we are scattered. We're like, that looks good. Ooh, how about that? Ooh, this, I need this right now. This is going to change my business. Well, Charlie's saying it's actually the opposite. If you start focusing less on everything else and more on the things that are great in your business, you're probably going to see a faster pickup and you're going to see successes. So instead of expanding, it's time to contract. Be like, what am I great at? Let's focus more on that. This is also great. 3 more to go. Number 8, the wise ones bet heavily when the world offers them that opportunity. This could mean a lot of things, but for me personally, it means when I did well in real estate, the times I've done well, I decide to hire talent, and then that helps me leverage our business. As we grow and do well, I'm like, who do I need to hire so that we can do a better job? And sometimes real estate agents get a little scared and they're like, I'm not going to spend any money on hiring. What if it doesn't work out? That's how I interpret it. Now, here are the interpretations I actually wrote out. They bet big when the odds are in their favor and avoid taking unnecessary risks that the rest of the time. And number 2, the principle is simple, yet few people apply it consistently. So when we're looking at this and saying, well, you're doing well right now, why don't you invest more in the things that you're doing well in? What are they? Don't go out and try something brand new, right? You've had successes with your referrals and your past clients and your sphere. Well, chances are you need to invest there and you need to go all in. Stop trying to go somewhere else. Almost like the previous one, right? Number 9, consider Warren Buffett. He had to bring him up, right? Number 9, if you tracked his time, you'd see that about half his waking hours are spent reading. That's crazy. Half his waking time is spent reading. The rest is spent engaging in deep conversation with highly skilled and trusted people. Now, I'm going to translate the reading part to webinars, podcasts, audiobooks, right? Learning, reading. That's what he's talking about. And then the takeaway on this, I put prioritize continuous learning and surround yourself with great minds. That one's easy and hard to do. The last one, number 10, keep things simple and remember what you set out to do. I would say keep things simple and remember your why. Like, why are you even in this? And we had a whole episode on this. But remind yourself, why'd you get into this business in the first place? Why is it important to you? Sometimes we overcomplicate things. And I put here, complexity is often the enemy of execution. When things get so unclear, like you don't even want to take action because you don't know where to start. Clarity creates action. Stay focused on your core mission and avoid distractions. Listen, hopefully that helps. If you need this to print it out or just to put it anywhere, I've got it right here on the side of my desk. Have an awesome day. Thanks for listening in.